about you niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me. And Justin Brown for your movie needs. Media popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. Hey everybody, this is Media Popcorn Niggas Spoiling Movies. I'm Brandon Collins.
Guys, Justin Brown.
And we got a dope ass guest. We've been trying to get him on ever since the Candyman 2 special episodes on Patreon. Shout out to Cipha Sounds. Thank you for coming on.
What's up? Thanks for having me. I'm sorry it took so long.
I said we know you're a busy man.
Not no more. Now I'm ready to go every week. I'm available.
How has that been going for you, man? How have you been dealing with COVID and like what have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
So my kid's mom still works from home. So now I'm daddy daycare. I take care of the kids, and we're upstate in her parents' house because we got more room than our apartment in the city. So it's just a lot of that in the daytime, and then I stay up super late, watch a lot of TV, a lot of movies, catching up. My emails are empty. My iTunes is fully organized.
That's why he responded to me so fast when I asked him.
Empty, yo.
I mean, like, I know because you were a host at the Cellar, you were doing stuff with Chappelle and Shay. Like, I mean, when are you hearing that things going to pick back up with comedy, like particularly stand up, like, because that's what I think about all the time.
I haven't heard anything because I'm just assuming we're the last on the list. Like, literally the Comedy Cellar, like, is tight. You know what I mean? Like, there's 170 people on top of each other. Like, they can't let us do that again right away. I don't think.
Personally, I think a lot of the entertainment business is not going to be back up and running until the end of the year.
End of the year.
Yeah, I think it could be the end of the year.
I mean, Cipha, we usually doing like new movie reviews. We doing Anaconda, man. Like that's how crazy things are. We're like, all right, we'll do Anaconda then again.
Well, movies are still coming out though, right? Like they're just going straight to demand or whatever.
Yeah, but they're not the good ones though. They're like, I mean, the best video on demand one that got released was The Invisible Man. Everything else has been kind of
right.
Like they're not gonna release like Tenet and shit.
You think they're just holding them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They pushed everything back. I mean, if you want to watch a Nick Cage movie, they out there.
I saw Invisible Man. It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah, we reviewed on the show a few weeks ago. We saw.
Yeah, it was actually. It's funny you mentioned that one because it was actually. I didn't think I would like it because I'm not really a horror movie guy. But it was interesting. It was good. Yeah. She's a good actress.
So, Cipha, I mean, I know you've had, a lot of, you were in the Upright Citizens Brigade community. Like, what do you think, because, RIP UCB, they've gone.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. I don't necessarily care too much about that theater, the one that was on 42nd Street. Yeah. I didn't cut my teeth there.
The Chelsea Theater for you?
I cut my teeth in the Chelsea Theater, and then I had my own show at the UCB, the Beast, which both closed.
Yeah, man, the Beast was dope. Like for stand-up, that was a fun room. I know a lot of people had issues with not getting paid or whatnot, but like that crowd was always hot. I always killed. Like that place was fun, man.
Yeah, just not having a theater, like, and I still did my show. I used to do it every week. Now I do it once a month, and It hurts not to be able to do it because that was just my I just love doing improv, and there's already nowhere to do it.
Yeah.
Except for a couple places, and now UCB closed, but we'll see.
Yeah,
a lot of things have changed in the last couple years, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no. Because like I started at UCB like 2008. I was like on one of their the mod teams, stuff like that, and like it changed from when I started. Obviously up to now, it's a completely different ball game. But then and I was talking about like you know what, things have changed in my life. I'm like, I'm ready to probably go back. I wanted to put up a show there, and it was like, nope, not anymore. Gone.
It's all gone.
So I listened to Chris Gethard and Will Hines last night on Twitch for like, I think they were on for like 3.5 hours, just talking improv. I was just listening. I was like, this is the most normal I felt since all of this has happened.
Are you in the UCB memories group on Facebook?
No, yeah. I heard them talking about it.
Yeah, there's wild shit in there. There's wild shit I forgot about, but it's like also just some of the funniest shit that I remember from that theater. Just like whether it be improv, mod night, just like random jobs that people got through UCB. It's wild. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, they were cool. They just never. Was it UCB that always rejected our sketch comedy group?
Yeah.
We had like a very diverse sketch comedy group. It was like black, Spanish, like white. We had everybody, and we kept submitting to their sketch fest competition, and they never took us. And I was like,
that sounds right.
They scared. It's all right.
Yo, and I was on mod at that time. Yeah, it was just like, yo, I did now. Nope.
I did UCB. I started in 2011. Within a year, I figured out the whole system and just started. I was like, I considered myself the Diddy of improv, and I used to connect people. You should do a show with him. You should work with him, her, and I eventually got my own show, Take It Personal, which was hip hop artists telling stories, and then we would do improv off of it. And I'm talking about, I brought the most diverse audience ever to UCB. Something that they always said they wanted, I brought it, and I still couldn't get on a fucking Harold team. Not saying because of that.
Huh? You brought some hood folks to improv, it's like, I remember
I brought 2 Chainz, and 2 Chainz security wouldn't let us in the green room. And we're like, no, this is our green room. They're like, nah, Chainz is in there. No, but this is where all the performers go. They're like, nah, you gotta wait out there.
You had to try to explain to your improvisers, like, all right, this is a little weird.
So you guys stand out here.
You think that's how Ice Cube was on the set of this movie? He's like, John Boy, you stay the fuck outside because I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Well, I was looking at it. First of all, I never saw the movie before. I just watched it.
You never seen Anaconda before?
Okay, do people like Anaconda?
No. Okay. This movie is wild. Yeah. I did see it 3 times in the movie theater for 2 reasons. Jennifer Lopez's ass and that white girl with the red hair, her boobs, because you get a boob shot.
They do? I missed that.
When she was in the woods kissing with Owen Wilson, you see her titty for a second.
Yeah. She
I was like 13.
It's just when one titty comes out.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was 11 when this came out, 1997. Yeah.
Brandon, stage fucking 12 creep.
But for a movie that people don't really like or is not that good, it seems to be some kind of cultural phenomenon of the movie. People always talk about it. People always reference it.
I'll tell you why. Paul Cerrone. Fucking John Voight goes to another fucking dimension in this film.
What?
He's on his shit. He goes on all the shit.
It's because all the bad guys were Spanish, and so they had to make him Spanish. Like, because the beginning, it's Danny Trejo at the fucking that little ship, the little boat thing that gets eaten by the snake.
Oh, that was Danny Trejo.
That's Danny Trejo, but he's supposed to be speaking Portuguese, and my wife is like, I don't know what he's saying, but I don't think it's Portuguese. And then he kills himself because the snake's about to eat him. And then we get that Mateo Spanish dude who's just dripping sweat all the time.
The whole movie.
And then it's just like, he clearly is coercing them to go pick up John Boyd. And then John Boyd just comes on and just like, I'm Paul Cerrone.
Help me over here. My ship is stuck. It's stuck in the high brush. Head on, Paul Cerrone. Yo, John Voight looks like he's sniffing his own farts this entire movie, but he's sniffing them through his fucking mouth.
He was crazy.
That's a good one right there.
Yo, his accent is horrible, yo.
It was this whole crew made no sense. One, it was like Ice Cube's over here as the video man. Jennifer Lopez is the producer. You got Eric Stoltz, who's like just made a paycheck sleeping. He's like the main guy, and then you got the British dude who's the host. And I was like, none of these niggas have enough cots. There's not enough room in this boat for these people.
Well, what I really found hilarious is the exact beginning of the movie where they have the little the words go by, and they say in this, anacondas will regurgitate just to kill again. That is some bullshit. That is pure false. That's not even true.
Is it really not true?
I looked it up. It said most likely a reason for snakes to regurgitate is food. It is handled too soon after eating, so it's otherwise that they're under stress, so they're trying to run away from a predator or something like that. That's the only reason they'll spit some shit up. So it's like, so they're saying that anaconda's just like, I'm gonna eat you. It's like, wait a second, I ain't done yet. Let me kill this nigga over there.
Yeah.
That's how it played out. Because I was like, are there more than one snakes in this thing?
Well, yeah,
there were so many anacondas.
But there's a snake at the snake at the end. That is a complete. There's the other one died.
Okay, because these snakes are coming at John Boyd like, nigga, I'm coming after you, like the revenge.
Oh, so there's more than one. That's what I thought. Like,
yeah, because one they actually killed.
They killed in the river, right?
Yeah, when they got Ice Cube, and then the second
Ice Cube got fucked up in this movie.
He's walking around with a limp by the end, looking like an OJ and shit.
So, Cipha, you had never seen this movie?
I never saw. I mean, I might have seen a little piece here and there, but I was never interested, and I'm still not interested.
I mean, what were some of your key takeaways of this movie?
I'll tell you, I took notes.
Okay.
Where's my notes?
Because
first of all,
go ahead. No. You talk about what's going on. What were your thoughts?
I have trouble watching movies. I have trouble watching movies without thinking of where the actor is in his life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm watching Ice Cube, and I'm like, this was probably Ice Cube's first like big check as just like an actor. You know what I mean? Like,
even though he was dressed up like himself and quoting his own songs.
Yeah.
Today's gonna be a good day. I'm like, really, nigga?
I know that part right there. I was like, oh, but I like the fact that like Ice Cube, who's a hip hop legend, who we love, who now we all look at as a great actor and a movie creator, producer, writer, director, all that shit. I like that it was like, okay, he did Boys in the Hood, and had he already did Friday?
Yeah, Friday was 93.
Okay, so yeah, he did Boys in the Hood, he did Friday, he did a couple other movies. I think he did Trespass, a couple other ones, and then he's like a black man in a horror movie that doesn't die right away.
True. One of the first.
They try to kill him too. They try
to kill him. And there's one part where like everyone's dead and it's just him and J-Lo. So I'm like, oh, a Puerto Rican and a black like are like the leads of this movie, which is dope in '97.
Yeah.
And then when he jumped in the water and he swam, I was like, oh shit.
And he's swimming. He's breaking down all the racial barriers.
When he went to go get the British dude, right, or whatever, or the white guy, Mateo, yeah. And he jumped in the water. I was like, nigga, like you assess the situation at first glance, seeing John Boyd. He would not be that proactive. He would have been like, let me wait and see what this is. I was like, that's the most implausible part of this movie.
Even though Ice Cube was with his little switchblade this entire movie, which is ridiculous. Like, this is some West Story shit.
He had the smallest knife ever. And then he's like, he showed J-Lo, he was like,
yeah, he was like, I got the little knife. And she's like, shaking her head like, no, not yet.
She's like, no, nigga, that knife is tiny. What are you gonna do? Cut his nails?
This shit was wild. This shit was fucking wild.
Well, also, I mean, okay, we will talk about John Boyd, but I want to acknowledge something about J-Lo in this movie. This is back when J-Lo was actually being Spanish and not being the white face. Because in a lot of
you mean like J-Lo was low key Italian?
Yeah,
low-key,
she wasn't low key Italian in some of those movies.
Yeah, she was Italian.
But yeah, I remember being really into J-Lo during this movie. But then I'm noticing, I was like, her nose is different now.
Oh, really?
Her nose is different. Definitely, it's a little bit wider in this movie.
Oh, man, why you gotta ruin it for us?
I know. I'm trying. You know what? I've been doing this to everybody because my wife got she fucked me up by telling me Halle Berry had a lot of like surgery and work done, and I refused to believe it. And then she showed me like pictures of old Halle Berry and new Halle Berry, and it just broke my heart. So I've been trying to make everyone else feel that pain ever since.
we don't notice it as much as women. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they all about it. It's like, oh, you think that bitch perfect, huh?
I will say, like, you definitely, like, if you look at J-Lo as a fly girl and J-Lo now, like, money does something, yo.
Yeah, money changes a lot.
But what does it do without surgery? What is it that money does? Like, money gives you, I guess, every detail, right? Like, you could you do everything, your hair, your eyebrows, your nails, your makeup. It's all high
and style. Because remember, some people like they get like a stylist that gives them outfits that actually complement the way their body looks, so they always look good. Like that's one thing I learned from Queer Eye is like the way that you wear certain kind of fits will really change how you look like with clothing. If you wear baggy shit all the time, you're gonna look frumpy, even if you are physically fit. And so like they have people that like literally their salaries dependent on them looking good.
Because like I know like this is gonna sound weird. Right before all this shit happened, I was in London with Chappelle. And there's like a high-end department store called Selfridges. And literally I like to sit outside and just watch these. I know these women are rich, but I'm trying to figure out how I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is right, like every piece.
Yeah, everything falls right in. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Money just basically makes it so like you can have this. It's like the infinity. You get the infinity gauntlet, and you can just manipulate anything.
Snap the clothes on and off your body.
What? How much do you think she made for this movie?
Oh, she probably made like a cool $200,000.
And what about Ice Cube?
Oh, he made like probably $2 million.
Wait.
Really?
For this
more than her?
Well,
I think so, probably.
The budget was $45 million. They gave them more than that.
No, because the CGI, get this, I looked up trivia. Shit. CGI for 1 second of the snake, $100,000.
Okay, so probably the CGI probably took up maybe half of that budget, even if not more.
Yeah. And you got to think about marketing costs and everything. Yeah.
No, but this is J-Lo. This is after Selena. This is after Money Train and shit like that. I'm pretty sure she got more than 250.
I wouldn't be so sure, buddy. I'm not so sure. I think maybe after this movie she got more.
I think she at least got like upwards into like $500,000 over.
Was this movie a hit?
Oh yeah, Cipha. This has 3 sequels.
Wait, what? What?
This has 3 sequels. It has one that with the theatrical release, which I saw. Hunted for the Blood Orchard, which had Boris Chestnut in it. And then it had 2 home direct-to-video releases, Anaconda 3 Offspring, Anaconda's Trail of Blood. And then it had a crossover with Lake Placid versus Anaconda. Yeah, this franchise is popular for a little bit. I mean, it got terrible reviews, but I mean, this movie, I remember I saw this movie like 3 times in the theater. So they got my money.
Well, I mean, like, the budget was $45 million. Box office drew in $136 million,
which at the time is huge because like movie tickets were like $750 at the time.
Yeah.
This was after Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, Jurassic Park was 95. Yeah, but I mean, that's they still use animatronics, but you can tell when the snake is just. I mean, the effects do not hold up. Even the animatronics, that snake looked terribly fake. It didn't really make sense when the snake would bite people because then it would seem like some people would be like unfazed by it and some people would be like all ripped up and shit. And then it was just like when it opened its mouth, it didn't look like it had teeth.
Yeah.
It was like, what's going on?
Yeah, the 2 fangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like Harry Potter did a better job at the snake than this shit.
I mean, Anaconda ain't got Harry Potter money. So.
But I didn't know any of these characters' names. I couldn't tell you like Adam from Eve and shit. Like I just knew, oh, that's Owen Wilson, like the actor. Oh, that's the titty.
It was Gary.
Yeah, because Paul Cerrone said it like, ain't that right, Gary? Gary.
Yeah, I love how Gary just randomly like, hell, like a 2-minute conversation with Paul Cerrone was like, I want to betray everyone in the crew.
Yeah.
And I'm following your lead.
For $1 million.
Yeah. For $1 million, we are gonna catch a big ass fucking snake alive. And we're gonna take him back. How the hell are they supposed to transport the snake?
Well, that's the whole thing is once you find out his whole plan was how are you gonna catch the snake? I'm gonna put a net on it. And shoot him with an animal and shoot him with a reptile tranquilizer.
What was in that trunk that he got out of that other boat?
I think that's when he got the tranquilizers, right?
I have no idea.
He got the tranquilizers, and then he just kept shooting monkeys to use their blood to lure the kiss the snake.
Yeah,
it's like human blood's not enough. You can't just prick your finger and put it in the water. Like you got to kill monkeys all the time.
I still want to know who told John Voight that accent was a good idea.
I don't think anyone could control John Voight, and the director is from Peru, so he probably actually was endeared by it. He's like, I love that you're trying to do a Spanish accent because we are supposed to be in Amazon and shit.
He was doing the director's accent. He was trying to do the director's accent. That's why he loved it.
Can we just stop for 1 second and just talk about, is anybody just finds themselves just their mind being blown at the fact that John Voight is Angelina Jolie's daddy? Like, how the fuck did that happen?
But she looks like him. That's the crazy thing. It's like she's hot, but she looks like John Voight.
Like, that's crazy.
John Voight was the man. Yeah. John Voight was the man, yo.
It still blows my mind because I look at this crazy crusty man in this movie, and I'm just like, yo, he gave us Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, but she's crazy too, though.
That's true. Drinking niggas' blood and putting it around.
Yeah, she's crazy too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who her mom is? Was her mom famous?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
I saw a picture of her mom, and she's pretty. She all right.
I'm sure she is. Fuck. Yeah, I can't look it up, bro. I'm trying to look on Wikipedia.
I'm surprised, Brandon. I thought you were on that creep shit. I thought you were about that.
No, I'm creepy into Angelina Jolie, but not.
Yeah, but I would have thought you would have looked up her mama to see what she looked like to make sure you were ready.
Her mom's name is Marceline Bertrand. Oh, she's pretty-ish. You can see the resemblance. She's literally
but you
a mixture between the two.
You're looking at the Wikipedia page. You got to see her all dolled up and young.
Images, yo.
Yeah, you gotta Google image that shit.
Okay.
What kind of creep are you?
I mean, come on, man.
I know. I'm just elementary. I'm sorry, guys. I'll step it up.
Well,
here's my thing about the whole situation in this movie. They're supposed to be doing a documentary on some tribe that they're like, on the
with one camera.
Yes. Yep. One camera. And they're going through the Amazon River on this shanty fucking boat with the sketchiest fucking captain. They're on the John Boy, and immediately things go south, but no one's got the wherewithal to be like, let's just push this nigga overboard. Like, he kept saying, like, oh, drop me off the next village, but they kept going. It was like, is the next village like the place where they're going? Because otherwise, he should have been left a few days ago.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, at the same time, like he's catching them lunch and shit like that, fish river style. So he obviously is bringing something to the table.
I mean, but are you saying that they're gonna starve? Like, what was their plan before John?
And also, like he looked like he was able to help them because he knew the jungle, but they weren't in trouble yet. They didn't need help. Like, he's like, I can help you. Like, no, we're good. Like, we don't need you. Thank you.
Well, I mean, he first tried to, say like, oh yeah, I know the Shiramis, whatever.
Yeah. Right. That's his value. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like, I can take you there, and then he starts telling that story, and then the white dude just straight up flexes on real fast, like, yep. That's the Maki nigga. So anyhow, we going left.
Oh yeah. Isn't that when he's like, I know what I know. Don't get mad at me or whatever. He like gets in the shot of the camera, and then he has a very Trump reaction when he's chopping up the fish, and they're like, oh, what's a failed priest or whatever doing out on the Amazon? Mm-hmm. He's like, who said I failed? I didn't fail. You failed. It's like, what? It's like, was there a script for this character? Or the John Boy just go left? Because when he kills that girl with the big titties, when he just jumps up like fucking Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, I was like, was that scripted?
Oh, and he chokes her out with his legs, breaking her neck.
He's always looking to the eyes of the ones you kill. Baby bird.
Yeah, baby bird.
I do have to play the monologue that he has about the snakes.
Oh, this is great.
When he goes to the trunk and he gets out the snake skin, and he reveals his whole master plan for capturing anacondas.
What the hell is this?
Anaconda skin.
It's snakes out there this big? This skin is 3 or 4 years old. Whatever shed it has grown since then. But something like this has made a meal, my dear Captain.
What?
Snakes don't eat people.
First of all, the brown people should be way more freaked out by this.
Yes.
So like, wait, the nigga just got killed? What are you talking about?
Like, you tell me a snake is this big? Yo, turn this boat around. Right?
Yeah.
Get a helicopter. And we out of there.
They were acting like, she's like, I seen bigger things in the Bronx.
Maybe pit bulls.
Oh, they don't? Anacondas are a perfect killing machine. They have heat sensors. A warm body like Mateo's in the water wasn't hard to find. They strike, wrap around you, hold you tighter than your true love, and you get the privilege of hearing your bones break before the power of the embrace causes your veins to explode.
Before the power of embrace causes your brains to explode. That is
no, not explode. Your brain to explode.
Yeah, it's the create, like, everyone's just watching him. Like, imagine being all the actors sitting around him for that take, and you have to be straight faced. You can't laugh.
You know, I only have one wish. And my one wish in life was that John Voight was going to be in this character the entire time.
Yeah.
I want him to go full on, what you call it, Paul Serone. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, he's like,
full time. Like, you mean like as a person?
No.
Yeah, he's like during the whole shoot of the movie, he stays.
Oh,
in
yeah,
character.
he stays in character. Oh, I'm sure he did some
like what they call that shit?
method acting.
Yeah, method.
Yeah, method. But there's a thing. It's like someone's name.
Oh, like is it Meisner?
Meisner, yeah,
Yeah.
Meisner, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was like, Jennifer, how would your father say this line? She's like, no, my family's Puerto Rican, not from Paraguay. It's okay. It's the same thing. How would they say that?
My tribe is originally from Russia. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, I looked up John Voight too. He's German and Slavic, so there's nothing Spanish about it. It was just the whole crew made no sense. The British host is playing golf. They're listening to reggae.
Wait, who was the British guy?
That actor is Jonathan Hyde.
Oh, who was he in the movie?
Yeah, he was supposed to be like the
Westridge.
host of the documentary.
Of the documentary?
Even though he didn't
Them
took over
niggas
as captain.
Them niggas don't go. They just voice over that shit.
Yeah.
It was weird. He was like in the shot drinking his coffee and like have 7 bags of luggage and shit.
This is a 1,000-year-old boat too. It was crazy because there's no reason for him. Like you said, there's no reason for him to be there. He's not fucking Bear Grylls. He can't do none of this shit.
Yeah.
In actuality, the other dude, the main dude, he's Eric Stoltz. He should have been playing that character.
Yeah, because he was an anthropologist, so he actually knew all the stuff. Yeah. But I mean, he gets taken out real quick. I mean, 30 minutes in, he's out.
Yeah.
He looks like he's the main part of the movie. And then
with the trachea and shit. Now, John Boyd does confirm this when he attacks him later in the movie, but I was like, oh, he put that thing in that,
the wasp. Because I was about to say,
yeah.
when are wasps swimming around in the water?
Oh yeah, no, I figured that. He put it in the scuba tank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and but do you know how hard that you know how much you need to rely on everything to work out for that to actually happen the way it did? And then when he sees the wasp, he's like, it's poisonous. It's just like,
no. So what he did was I think he kicked the thing in the water.
Oh yeah,
because they were moving.
Yeah, he threw that rope or whatever on the propeller.
Yeah, the anchor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things. And then he stabs him in the throat, gives him a tracheotomy.
Yeah.
And then they put him, in a bed, and then that's Sleeping Beauty. Just laying off.
Yeah, it was weird because they took the pin thing out of his neck at one point, and I was like, he would be dead.
No, because because the thing is like the the wasp stung him. I think he had an allergic reaction, so everything swole up in his mouth, whatever. Yeah. So that just gave him an air passage. But then again, now that you say that, yeah, he probably would have choked on his own blood. The blood would have been in there.
Yeah, you keep that the whole time until you go to a doctor. You can't take that
Yeah, but
straw out.
at least they put the mosquito net around him.
That was wild. I mean, the fact that no one's freaking out when that happens and they're not like, hey, the shoot is over. They keep trying to go. And then fucking Paul Cerrone's like, now we're going to catch an anaconda.
Well, no. Because they were supposed to go back to the hospital. Paul Cerrone was like, you go here with his knife. He's like, go here. You go here. You wrap it around here. And then we get back. Save us 2 days. I was like, wait a second. That's the way you wanted us to go in the first place. It was like,
It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. My shit is when the when the fuel fell off. Nobody went in to go get a barrel of fuel.
Nope. Yep. No one did anything. They were completely helpless. That's why when Justin was like, oh, but he was like getting them fish and everything, I'm like, what the fuck were they going to eat? Did they not have food? Did they not figure this out?
The other girl had a salad.
Yeah, she had a salad. Yo, they're literally on the fucking Amazon River, and this bitch bringing fruits and vegetables. That shit spoils in like 2 days. And she's fucking.
What the fuck were they going to eat? They need to kill that anaconda just to survive.
Yo, when John Voight killed the boar, and then Ice Cube's just like, we gonna eat that? That's dinner, nigga. That's bacon. You know what bacon is?
Exactly. I was thinking the same shit.
That's just
he didn't say it. His face was like, I ain't eating that swine.
I'm like, nigga, unless you Muslim, you better get down on that shit right now.
This is a wild movie, man. I mean, we haven't even gotten to when John Boyd shows his true colors and tries to take out everybody.
Yo, all right. So when Mateo, when they go into the boat where John Voight finds, he pulls that picture of him, Mateo, and Danny Trejo, from earlier on.
It was wild.
And stuffs in his back pocket. Then Ice Cube comes on. Then Mateo ends up going missing. Right?
Yeah.
Ice Cube's just like, yo, Mateo ain't here. I'm gonna go back and get him. I saw that shit. I said, that is not black man certified. That action right there.
No, that's a white rider through and through.
Yeah, he went back alone. In the Amazon through some water, dirty ass water. Nah.
Yeah, he was also wearing Converses, right? Made no goddamn.
Of course.
Yeah, he got all sorts of athlete's foot. It's just all fucked up.
My whole thing though was John Voight's character, is really like the Jason Voorhees of fucking these kind of weird killer animal movies, because they knocked him in the head really hard with that golf club.
Yeah,
when she tried to seduce him, like his head's cracked open and he's bleeding from his hair the rest of the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
He had the wildest concussion, still got the upper hand on them.
So, all right, let's talk about that scene real quick. Jennifer Lopez comes in.
She had hard nipples in that scene too.
Well, like she was ready for that fucking Cerrone.
See, I can creep, Cipha. I can creep. Give me some time.
At the beginning of the movie, she had a see-through outfit on.
Yep.
And it was dark brown. I was like, okay.
Showing her chocolate kisses.
So in that scene, she comes in to try to seduce him, and then Ice Cube's, the plan was Ice Cube's gonna creep in and hit him with the okie doke, right? So Cerrone sees, so he's kissing Jennifer Lopez. He sees Ice Cube, creeping in. He looks at Ice Cube. He's just like, not so fast, motherfucker. I got a gun. Then he looks back at Jennifer Lopez. Her again. I got to get mine. I respect that shit. I'm like, yo, that's the realest moment right there.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, if that was
he's like, it's been so long since I've had a woman. And he's just literally looking at the woman, like the redhead chick. He just, I thought he was sleeping. I was like, oh no, he's creeping.
No, he's sniffing her in.
He goes, you think I'm stupid?
He's like, you smell so much better than my farts.
Wait, did anybody watch when there was a point where John Voight was eating fruit? What the fuck was he doing? He was just eating fruit, but he's like shoveling is all over his face.
Oh yeah, he did some weird takes, man. We've all been on film projects where he's that crazy nigga on set who's like, we're all like, I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, but he's the most memorable. He's the most memorable. So he's doing it right
because he's out of control. I mean, he just keeps coming back. Like they knocked him off the boat. He somehow meets them where they're at, and takes and still ties them up. And when they're tied up at the end, they're tied up by duct tape.
No, yeah, they're tied because the way he was tied up and the way they were tied up at the end is both just a little bit of rope around the shoulders. You know what I mean? Like
that don't work.
never works.
Never works.
Made no sense. Like what's going on here? Like, because he's tied up like with a few loops around the rope.
Yeah,
and he's still able to get loose and kill that chick.
He gets
the
knife.
Yeah,
which he killed her when he was tied up.
Yeah, he did.
He killed her.
How did he get himself out of that?
Because she had a knife.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
She tried to stab him. Remember, because he gets Owen Wilson killed, and we see the fake CGI of him in the belly of the snake. Which my wife pointed out, she's like, "Okay, if that's the case, then this snake shouldn't keep coming after them. It should be full."
Yeah, he's full.
Yeah,
but no, it just kept killing people.
No, because the snake then decided, I'm gonna throw this motherfucker up because I'm going back for the rest of them. He had a vendetta. It's like Jaws.
Exactly, Jaws of Revenge.
The snake was definitely the snake was into J-Lo, right?
No, I think it was after John Boyd.
No. He's because when the snake breaks through the window and J-Lo get in there, the snake is just looking at her. It's like, "What's up? How you feeling today?"
The snake was like, "What's up, J-Lo?"
I know back in the day you were with Diddy, but I need a girl too.
Oh my god! But that was the first.
Was she with Diddy at that time?
1997. I don't think he was with them yet. I don't think they were together until 2000-ish.
Oh yeah, when is Shine is a little later, right?
Yeah, because J-Lo. Yeah, Waiting for Tonight, I think, came out in 1999-ish. That's when she started doing music. And then this is J-Lo when she had the I'm Real with Diddy. That was like 2001, 2002. So yeah, this is
Ja Rule.
No, that's the remix. The original I'm Real is the one where Diddy's like, "She's a bad, bad bitch."
Oh.
Brandon flexing on next with his J-Lo knowledge.
No, I was a DJ. I'm like, I'll tell you about some music.
And then I like how the writer, like Ice Cube, just throws in these lines. I don't even know if he said them in the movie or if he said them afterwards, like ADR.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he goes, "Oh shit, the dart fell out."
Yeah, it fell on his back. That's going to explain his appearance later in the movie. It was really weird. Yeah,
and when he picks up the crate, carrying it from one boat to the other, he goes, "Be careful, my camera's in there."
Yeah,
because you definitely had a camera when you got on the boat.
That explains what happened earlier in the movie, but I had the camera, remember? But I'm not bringing it back right now.
Did y'all peep that after Westridge got killed, that waterfall was going backwards?
No, I read that, but I didn't see it.
There's a scene where the boat's going by, like after Westridge gets killed in the waterfall, and the water's going upside down.
Yeah,
it's like they just reversed the footage. It's really weird, man.
I looked. Really I read that on IMDb, but I didn't see it. I probably looked away.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. You could have literally like watched this movie through audio, and like it kind of still been as lost as you are when you watch it visually.
Yo,
my son was watching it with me. He just turned 2, and he was watching parts of it, and literally, it's so obvious, and like the music would change, and my son would go, "Uh-oh."
Was that before or after?
How does it go?
It was before or after John Boyd looks at the snake and goes, "Buenas noches."
Oh, that was crazy. When the snake, he's trying to capture the snake with Owen Wilson. It comes out at night when it's like this whole like kind of trying to be Jurassic Park thing.
And it's screaming. The snake is
screaming. And he's like, "Buenas noches, beautiful."
Mr. Voight, sorry, that's not in the script. I'm saying it.
It's like, Angelina Jolie is my daughter. I can do whatever I want. Yo, I'm sorry. Cerrone at some point sounds like Tommy Wiseau. If you listen to the accent, like if you've seen The Room, have you ever seen The Room or The Disaster Artist, the movie with what's your name?
No.
Yeah, the dude Tommy Wiseau. Like Cerrone sounds like him, and that dude's from like Eastern Europe, some shit like that. So it's weird.
I found the scene. I'm gonna play this clip real quick. With the
What's that? That's the ball. Stop it. Buenas noches.
No. What? Good evening. He's spoken Spanish for no Spanglish for no reason, and he said, "Good evening, beautiful." To a snake.
Okay. Now the other thing is, this is like in this scene. This is the first.
Yeah.
This is the first time everybody sees the snake.
Yes.
Nobody's really freaking out.
Everyone's just kind of like.
Everybody's like, "Oh shit! Look at this big ass snake here, yo." And that snake just ate somebody earlier on in the day.
Yep.
First of all, it was also very ill-advised for them to be like, "We're gonna stay here overnight." Really? With a big ass snake out there? Nah, I'm good.
It was ill-advised for him to have a bunch of amateurs to try to help him catch that snake. Like they were.
Yeah. Why did he use them?
It was just for bait. It had to be for bait. Like there's no way that any of them were going to be able to. I mean, even at the end when he's trying to capture the snake, he literally just reveals this big plan as a net.
Yeah.
A net that swoops up and captures it, and it's still wilding around. He's like, I just need this one dart, and I'm good to go. He's going to carry that thing. He's going to drag the net? That's like 700 pounds. What was his plan? He had no telephone. He had no way of communication. He's one man.
Listen, Brandon. You got to let him just do his thing. Because the river can kill you on 1,000 whites.
That's my favorite line in the entire movie.
Yeah, you should let me do it. The river can kill you on 1,000 whites.
Yo, my shit is like Ice Cube is still hood at this point, right? Yeah. He's not the megastar, and like he still had a very good rap career. So you know there was goons on set, right?
Yeah.
You know, and they're looking at him like, yo, O'Shea, man, what the fuck? Why are we doing it? He's like, nah, you know, you gotta this.
Yeah, he's like, get the check. It's a check.
He's like, you gotta just picture the snake. He's like, man, you acting against nothing right now because it's CGI back there. He's like, bro, I just imagine I'm out on the streets of Compton and shit, and this fucking thing is a 4-wheeler coming after me instead of a snake. That's what I'm thinking about.
I read it.
In Philly.
I was reading some of the info. It said some of it was shot in Brazil, but some of it was shot in LA.
Yeah.
So his boys were there, and they're like, yo, Cube, man. And he's like, yo, he's like, because, he did Boys in the Hood, then he did Friday. Like, these are like, they enjoyed being on set. They're like hood movies. And then like Trespass is like Ice-T's in it, like, oh, T's in it. And then finally, he's got to become like this Hollywood guy, but he still got I had lingering goons with me when I first started doing comedy. And I still had music goons with me. And the goons were like, yo, these niggas say the same jokes every night, son. So I know what it is to like look at them and be like, oh, I gotta let these niggas go because I want to get this money.
Yeah, they gonna fuck me up. Have me out here being like John Boyd, all crazy. I mean, this is a popular performance, but he got Razzies and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like when they're like when Ice Cube and J-Lo are tied up in the duct tape, he grabs, and this wasn't planned. It had to just be dust on the set. He grabbed the pile and it's just like human bones. I was like, what?
This turned into dust?
He's like human bones from being consumed, and he just slaps his hands together like ashes to ashes.
In the new the Espíritu Santo, man.
And he throws him.
I told you I was a priest. You didn't believe me.
Oh, that's right. That's why he does that. That's such a weird call.
Yeah, after Owen Wilson dies, he goes to the edge of the boat, which J-Lo and the white girl are sitting at the edge of the boat, which, again, ill-advised. Why are they doing it? There's a snake in the water. And he's just like, and I know the Padre de Espíritu Santo, and he just throws a leaf into the water. It's like, hey, man. And just walks off. What the fuck is he doing? Imagine that guy doing the fucking Sunday sermon.
You know what's so crazy about the Amazon jungle is that it's not just anacondas that you gotta be worried about. You gotta be worried about jaguars, which we see in the movie. You gotta be worried about fucking sharks, gators.
Sharks?
There's probably some tropical sharks out there.
Nigga, sharks,
monkeys.
Hold on. I ain't gonna let
monkeys
you go.
be ripping off your balls.
Hold on, Brandon. You just said there are sharks in the jungle. In the Amazon. Sharks.
Yeah, you guys ever seen that cartoon with the shark that walks on the feet? That's like got the band.
Are you talking about Jabba Jaw, nigga?
Yeah, they go to the jungle some episodes.
You're out of your fucking mind for sharks. You could have said alligators, you said anything else. You said sharks.
Why are you doing this to me? No. But the ending when J-Lo goes off that tower and she explodes and she just, there's no way she would have fell into the water.
No.
The way that the lamb was spaced out from the tower when the snake is going on fire, she would have definitely fallen to her death.
And he goes, and then he lit the fuse before she was saved.
He's like, I'm lighting it. She's like, no, not yet.
She's like, wait. He's like, no, bitch, it's already done.
And
How far? She's far up this tower. And they're talking like they're right there.
Yeah, that was weird. There's no way they could hear each other. And the way that the snake was moving, she couldn't have outran that.
No, for sure not. For sure not.
Neither one of them could have outran
Well,
that.
then also the fact is Ice Cube actually runs into like that little silo thing and he's screaming up to her. And the snake is just like, are y'all done talking yet? I'm just going to wait for y'all to finish.
How would the snake hold itself up that thing?
What's that?
How is the snake the snake can't go like in a straight line sticking its on its hind tail,
it's a big ass snake, but you think about like cobras, how they can stand up.
Yeah.
So like technically it could stand up a bit, but it's big as fuck. So I guess it could
big enough to be a tower.
I think he was still touching the bottom, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember Ice Cube.
As he went up the rungs of the ladder, like in and out, intertwining himself.
It's like climbing. It's just like halfway through, like, damn, he's the last stairs. That was the best part of this movie is when John Boy gets eaten whole by the snake.
Oh,
and the camera from the inside of the snake.
Like,
and you just see John Boy looking at it like I really do think he might have been method because the look he has in his face wasn't like phoning it in. It was a real terror.
Oh no! He had like the Popeye eye, like one eye's open, one eye down, like ah. But then my favorite part is when the snake is fucking trying to seduce Jennifer Lopez. This is the later snake. Yeah. And then it spits John Voight out, and he lands in front of her on his knees, and then he winks at her. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yo, the thing.
I guess you could still be alive.
Well, it's like he's like I guess the acid of its body like causes skin to be like wax. Like, I mean, he's definitely dead, but that was wild.
No, he wasn't dead. He winked at her.
Yeah, but did he die after?
Did he die again?
Yeah, he died after, but he winked at her.
Imagine he's still alive, and there's a potential sequel where we could get John Boyd just all like melted. he's just like a goblin in the Amazon River.
I don't think the snakes have stomach acid. I think their whole thing is
how they break down bodies. Then
they are constricting, so slowly breaking you down that way.
That's weird.
Like, yeah, so it's like it moves and it.
How do you digest that?
And what happens to your clothes?
Oh yeah, it's just shit that shit out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's 97, so
I guess it doesn't eat people because that's what J-Lo said. Snakes don't eat people.
Yeah. Right.
So they, I guess the rats that they eat don't have clothes.
True.
That was wild. I mean, I don't know how snakes. I don't know how anacondas shit, but they definitely don't shit out people and that turns them to dust, like looking like flour. I just know that for a fact. I don't know that it's true, but I know.
Yeah, John Boy was the first LeBron.
Oh boy.
I want to thank you guys for making me watch that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Justin, break down our rating system.
All right, so we rate movies in bags of popcorn. Small, medium, large, and the XL for the exceptional. Now, if a movie doesn't deserve any popcorn, we throw it into the dog shit pile and pile piles and piles of dog shit on top of it. So, Cipha, we sat down and we watched Anaconda starring J-Lo.
Hold on. Before you do the rating, what are we rating? Like the actual movie?
The movie itself.
Yeah, the actual movie. The actual movie.
Because I don't like the movie, but I was thoroughly entertained. So
That's fine. I have my own weird rating, so I'm with you on that.
I mean, like in the past, people have been like, "Yo, this movie is this," but at the same time, for entertainment value, it can be this.
Yeah,
so
like,
you can throw out.
Got it. Okay. Okay, got it.
So what say you, brother?
All right. So in a 3-tier system, I do respect the fact, like I said, like Ice Cube and J-Lo together, they're the ones that lived, and that's better than movies nowadays.
Mm-hmm. So
Puerto
for
Rican,
the culture.
Huh?
For the culture. This is the for the culture. It's for the culture.
And then he was playing Mac 10 on the boat. He's like, "Don't touch my radio."
That was wild. Like, why would that radio? He had tapes. He had cassette tapes in the Amazon River,
and he had the D batteries in it.
But they didn't have no food.
So for the culture, large popcorn.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about like what this did for Cube, what this did for J-Lo. It's 2000. It's 2020 right now. This is 23 years ago. This movie came out.
Yep.
Great. Thank you for creating those stars. As a movie overall, I hated it. Now I don't drink. I don't drink and I don't smoke. But I do. I like when people say, "Oh, it's good if you see it high." You know what I mean? Like, "Oh, it's good. It's funny if you watch it high." I could see you being with a group of friends, like we're doing right now, watching this movie, cracking up.
Oh yeah.
So I'll give it a medium. I'm gonna give it a medium.
Okay. Brandon,
I'm also giving it a medium. This movie is still fun. The effects are absolutely atrocious. The movie, it's just garbage. But it's only 93 minutes. It gets you quickly to where it's going, and then John Boyd. It might be the craziest performance I've ever seen. That's entertaining. It's not like crazy where it's like, oh, this is bad shit, and like I hate it. This is like I can't stop laughing thinking about how fucking nuts he is, and the fact that he almost got. We should be very thankful that we got John Boyd, because initially they offered it to Sean Connery and Tommy Lee Jones, and they both turned it down. So I'm very glad we got John Boyd, who clearly was just like, I would take this in a direction no one saw.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that not one person of Hispanic descent was even considered for this movie?
I don't think
they were going to give this to a Scottish man?
Oh, here's the thing. I don't want to break it down too much, but it's not only Spanish people in South America. There's a lot of Europeans down there.
Yep, that is
true. You know what I'm saying? Louis C.K. is Mexican, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I mean, there's a lot of Germans down there as well.
A lot of ex-Nazis down there, man.
Yep.
A lot of ex-Nazis.
Was it Argentina? I think it is.
Yeah, Argentina is where they love them.
Yeah.
But a lot of those places. So I think he could have been one of those types.
Okay. Well, yeah, because South America does have a lot of European influence and stuff like that. But still. Imagine Sean Connery as Paul fucking Cerrone. That would be fucking...
Oh, go to the rock.
No, Brandon, don't even try. Don't even fucking try. Brandon's the worst at impressions I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. I'm James Bond and going into Anaconda. All right. Justin, what about you?
So, everything in me wants to give this, a few piles of dog shit. But when it comes down to the culture and entertainment value, this is a medium. You can't get
it's great.
It's hard to even give it a small, because I was watching this movie with my wife last night and laughing my ass off. Yeah, we had to stop to take a break when we realized that fucking John Voight was breathing in spark through his mouth the entire fucking movie.
Cerrone. Just like every time when you look at him,
like an anaconda.
When you look at him, he becomes more like a snake, actually.
Yeah, he does.
But when you look at him, like just point one, you're just like, I don't trust that nigga. I don't trust anything he says.
Yo, this movie is the first movie where like somebody got paid to nap the entire fucking movie. The white dude was napping the entire movie. Yep. That's amazing. That's amazing.
But it was also box office hit. So
yeah.
Cipha, before you tell the people how they can follow you, I remember when you and I were talking about having you on the show, you mentioned you have a Nicki Minaj story about the song Anaconda.
Oh yeah. Me and Nicki have a tumultuous relationship.
Okay.
It's very tumultuous. Me and Nicki. No, it's crazy.
Drag that dragger. Let's go.
Hate you too, nigga.
When you said we were gonna watch Anaconda, it makes me. I get very upset because I did when I used to produce. I did a song with my boy Mike Cash, and we chopped up because everything. When did Anaconda come out? Maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe
sounds
more.
about right. Yeah.
No, maybe more because I left Hot 97 5 years ago. So probably like 7 years ago.
Justin's looking up on the internet.
Yep.
Check it out on his typing iPad. Respect it.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
He takes a long time Googling though.
Yeah,
70-year-old.
Hey, nigga. All right, hold on. That
Come on, give me the year.
Where the 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 15. So 5 years.
No, 2014. I'm seeing.
Oh yeah. All right. So
how you get Google wrong?
No, because it on her album, Postmodern Jukebox. That's where it came up. It says 2004. Released 2014.
Hold on, right?
There's a single first.
Right
Nigga babble.
$5 ass down before I make change.
You keep it up, Brandon. Yeah, but it was recorded between 13 and 14. But it was released all in 14.
I don't think you won't be able to hear it if I play music, right?
Probably not, unless you you need to have like a mixer to be able to play it.
Like you don't hear anything, right?
And then he can make it work.
All right, well, you can't hear that?
Nah.
All right. I loaded that beat in my computer 6/23/14. So so everything was about ass shaking and twerking and all that shit. So I was like, oh, let's take the original twerk song, Baby Got Back, chop it up, add some 808s, boom, boom, bap, easy done. So I say, yo, I'm gonna give it to my boy T-Pain because he hasn't been around in a while. This would be a perfect comeback for T-Pain. So I give it to T-Pain. I send it to him. He calls me right away. He goes, yo, this is fire. This is crazy. He goes, this shit is, he's like, I'm gonna do this tonight. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to have a record. It's gonna be crazy.
He's like, welcome to the good
life. So yo, he takes it, he hits me, he goes, yo, I'm doing it now. This shit is fire. He goes, I'll send it to you in the morning. So next day he doesn't send it, which is a typical artist move. I go, all right, whatever. I wait. Next day, a couple days later, I go, let me just text him. I go, yo, what happened to that song? No response. Hit him again. No response. I'm like, fuck. So years later, me and T-Pain are doing this project, some MTV show. And I go, yo, Pain, whatever happened to that beat? You said you liked it. You never did it. He's like, oh! He goes, I forgot to tell you. He's like, shit got crazy. He goes, when you sent me the beat, Wayne was at my house. And he goes, Wayne wanted to get on it. And I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to surprise you. So I was like, oh, shit. So what happened? He goes, so I do my part. Lil Wayne does his part. And Lil Wayne goes, yo, we should put Nicki on this. So he's like, oh, that'll be crazy. So he said Wayne called Nicki on speakerphone, was like, yo, Nicki, I got this record. This shit is fire. Listen to it. So she's like, who did it? And mind you, we had some old issues. Remember when Rosenberg did this shit and she canceled Summer Jam because Rosenberg said that shit about her. So she always put me in that mix. I didn't have nothing to do with it. So she goes, who did it? And T-Pain goes, Cipha Sounds. And she goes, take me off speaker.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So Pain told me that he's looking at Wayne, and Wayne is like, yeah, no, it's going to be great. Yeah. Oh, okay.
You just hear the sounds. Okay.
Oh, it's getting worse. Oh, it's bad. All right.
So then he goes, yo, she's not gonna do it. But also she said, can she just do it herself? And then she made fucking Anaconda. Somebody else did the beat. They just took Baby Got Back, chopped it up, and she
just took the idea.
Just fucking yapped it.
Wow.
Because when it came out, when it came out, I was like, oh fuck, somebody had the same idea. And not only did they have the same idea as Nikki, who fucking hates me for some reason, I'm like, damn, I guess it makes sense for her to do it.
Yep.
And I just let it go. I just said, oh well, I missed out. You know, like Guru says, you can't own no loops. Like anybody can sample something old. But I didn't know T-Pain gave it to Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne gave it to her.
So she literally just snatched that shit and ran. Oh, that's
Pierce her own move. Pierce her own move.
She's Nicki Minaj, a fucking river snake.
Oh man, that's fucking crazy.
Man, whatever.
You better than me.
Oh yeah, I would have burned that house to the ground.
You better than me. I would have showed up on set with a fucking baseball bat, just ready to go.
Let me tell you something, man. In the hip hop game, so much shit like that happens behind the scenes. You will literally go crazy. Like, you ever wonder why people just quit the game? Like whatever happened to your man? Whatever happened to so and so? Like, yo, this shit fucks with you, yo. And I always told myself, like, that's where Cipha Don't Get Gas comes from. It's like, don't let this shit take over your mind and you get this ego. Be humble, because the fucking game is so grimy and so crazy. Another guy gave me advice, because I basically broke Rick Ross' record hustling, and I pretty much got him the deal at Def Jam, but I didn't get any credit, and I was like, oh, maybe I could be the A&R or something. The actual A&R he told me, he said, yo, he took me aside. He was like, yo, nobody's gonna give you this shit. You got to get it in writing before you even bring the artist up to the label. Like, why would that artist give you anything? Why would the label give you anything? I was like, yo, but I'm Cipha Sounds, I'm on the radio, and they're like, this shit don't matter. Like, it don't matter at the end of the day. And then years later, that guy ended up killing himself. Like, that's how bad the fucking game is, yo.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that's, I think it's kind of the same thing, maybe not as bad as, in comedy, just in the acting world as well. It's the same thing as a dog-eat-dog world. I remember I went to like some auditions. It was like, oh, you're going to have improv? Like, oh, yeah, I'll do some improv. Yeah, my improv was basically me writing the fucking script for them for their goddamn shit. It's like, what am I supposed to do? You eat that shit, you go home.
I know what, I just told myself I was going to keep my personal morals and ethics intact so I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm more of a slow burn. At 55? At 55, they're going to be like, yo, this nigga is the best.
Oh, man. Cipha, thank you so much for joining us for this episode, man. It's been a long time coming. Really appreciate you coming on.
Tell the people how to follow you first, though.
Okay, first and foremost, I always forget, and you probably do too. We should tell people how to follow you in the beginning of the podcast.
That's true.
Who the fuck is listening to the bitter end of the podcast?
You're surprised, man. We say some wild shit towards the end of our episodes. People tune in to just hear what the craziness.
People already know. At the end of the podcast, that's when shit really gets live, bro.
Yo, it's just, my shit is just at Cipha Sounds, CIPHA, at Cipha Sounds, my Instagram, Twitter, all that regular shit through there. That's all I think I got right now. Nothing's cooking.
Actually, before we get to ours, being that you're a man of hip hop, I'd love for you to hear Brandon's Jay-Z impersonation. Go ahead, Brandon.
Wait. I'm gonna pull up the clip.
No, nigga, I want you to do it live.
No. I'm not doing that. This is not. My throat hurts.
This is Brandon doing Jay-Z.
Oh, I'm good. Oh, baby water in the bathtub. Oh, how about you, Yeti?
What?
He said baby water in the bathtub.
One thing to know, I was really, really high when that happened. Two, I was trying to be poetic. You know how Jay-Z's always like, oh, your mama in the bath, like, your mama at the bank trying to get a loan.
Never heard him say that. Never heard him say that.
And so for whatever reason, baby water in the bathtub.
No, so my favorite part was like, that's for me, that's not even the first time he tried it. He said, I forgot what you were talking about. You said, yeah, he calls the boy Jay-Z. Jay-Z's like, it's your boy. I'm like, what? That shit was, it was such trash. Yo, I went home and listened to that shit about 12 times. And then my wife listened to it, and she was like, what the fuck? What's he trying to do? I said, that's supposed to be Jay-Z. She's like, oh, God.
Well, you know, you can't always hit your target. Folks, you guys can follow me at American Collins, AmericanCollins.com. Got some stuff brewing. My new podcast, What Kind of Mayo, is also out on the iTunes and all that stuff, Podbean. So check that out. Justin, how about you?
Guys, you can follow me at J Brown Did It on Twitter and Instagram.
You guys can also follow the show at Medium P Podcast on all the social medias, and sign for Patreon, patreon.com/mediumpopcorn, or if you're already a Patriot, go to tpublic.com/mediumpopcorn, get some swag for your ass.
And guys, as always, you know how we like to hear your voice. Leave us a voicemail, 347-508-0978.
Cipha, again, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm glad we got your first initial viewing of this movie. I thought you had seen this already, so you knew what to talk about that. So coming to fresh eyes was definitely a good perspective.
Uh-oh.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.